Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool Northern Galion telephone, and this is Tom's equipment from California. And Tom has a note here, and he's talking about how when he tries to dial, it doesn't dial correctly. He changed some of the wiring. He followed the schematic, and he must have got something crossed up or whatever. But the telephone's not working properly for him, and basically it looks like he's done some work on it. We have a line cord here that's cloth that he's probably installed. We have a capacitor here that he changed, and so basically what we want to do is go through the telephone. This is the initial checkout, and we want to show you the telephone. These Northern Galion telephones are really cool. They're Art Deco style. We want to get a card in the dial center ring, something more to the period. There's nothing in that right now. Looks like somebody had stuck something on there, but now we want to get a dial center card in there, something to the period of the phone. We also want to give you a look at it. It's in very good condition for its age. We want to go through the rotary. We want to oil, clean, and adjust the rotary, so we'll take care of that. We want to give you a look at the inside of the telephone, and we need to secure some of the wires up. We have some wires hanging off the cap, and then some things look like it's been moved around. I can tell that it's probably not wired properly from what it looks like, and that's why we do not use schematics here at the shop. I don't bother with them. A lot of times they're not right, and so we just don't use them. That kind of gives you a look at the telephone. And we want to get a start on this because we're going to have to go through the hook switch, the rotary, the network, the bell circuit. We need to look at the capacitor and kind of go through everything and make sure it's all going to work, and then we have to do our rewiring. We want to rewire this telephone the way we need it wired to work the way we want it to work. So we're going to go ahead and get a start. We'll take a short break, and we'll get some more video as we move forward in the repair of this telephone. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're going to show you a little bit about what's going on. We found a lot of wiring issues with this network and the block, and so that has all been rewired and repaired. And I do believe that it looks like this telephone has been wired improperly for a long time, probably before Tom ever got a hold of it. And so now that issue has been resolved. We're going to go ahead and set this other cap to the side. We'll send that back to Tom with the telephone. And we're still in the process of repairing this telephone. We still need to get into the rotary and oil, clean, and adjust the rotary. But we want to do a few tests before we start that issue. And so we'll go ahead and ring the telephone. I'm going to let that go a few times. This has had a bell conversion. They probably couldn't get it working, so they changed the cap. Now we want to go ahead and give you some dial tone. I want to go ahead and click the receiver, the hook switch. Now if you watch that red light on the analyzer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every time you see that red light, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. The way they had this telephone wired was you could barely transmit and you didn't hardly have any receive. So I'm pretty sure that that part of the wiring had been left alone, and Tom was working on other issues, and so this telephone has probably been wired improperly for a long time. They had also some wires from the rotary in the wrong spot. That way when you dialed out, you heard the heavy clicking through the receiver, and that is supposed to be squelched when you start dialing, and they have a set of points for that reason in this rotary. And what that does is when you dial, it squelches the clicks. Otherwise, if it's wired improperly, you'll hear those loud clicks from the pulse signal. So it was totally wired wrong, and that has been resolved and repaired. So we're going to come back and we're going to start our rotary repair, and we'll come back and get some more video on the final checkout. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair of this telephone. Now, we also, like we mentioned earlier, went through the rotary. That was oiled, cleaned, and adjusted. We also installed a dial center card that's to the period of the telephone. And so now what we want to do is start our final checks, and we'll go ahead and ring the unit with the analyzer. I'll let that go a few more times. We'll go ahead and give you some dial tone. We want to go ahead and dial our numbers. If you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers roll by. The rotary is returning properly now and a lot smoother. I'm going to end in a 2. Now I want to transmit into the handset. So if you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So we know that this telephone is ringing in on a ring cycle. It's dialing out. It has receive and transmit. What we can do is press this button on the switch box, and that gives us a line out and totally takes the analyzer out of the situation, and we'll call a time and temp number. Now they're having some issues with their equipment. You'll hear the recording start, you'll hear a hum, and then the recording will continue. That's on their end, has nothing to do with us. So we'll go ahead and call that number now. We'll give you some dial tone.
Monday, September 8th. The time is 7:41. Current temperature 82 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight, lows near 60. Partly sunny Tuesday, a high in the mid-80s.
Okay, we can call one other number. We can call my number, and it'll be busy. Give you some dial tone. Now that we know that this telephone has been repaired, we can return it to Tom, a very cool Northern Galion Rotary desk telephone in the Art Deco style. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.